afternoon. How are you today? Great. I want today's session to be about goal settings, if that is all right with you. Okay. I want to first take time to summarize what we went over and talked about the last few sessions, and then see if we can make some manageable goals out of the issues that you've been facing. Does that sound like a plan? Good, good. Okay. When we first met, you stated that you were here because your family was concerned and worried, and they wanted you to see a counselor. And in the last few sessions, you've realized that you needed to be here for yourself also, which is a great thing, really great thing. You have also shared how it has been hard to get out of bed in the morning, and even to spend time with your kids has been hard because of how you've been feeling lately, and that can be understandable. And due to these feelings, it's also led to drinking more alcohol on a daily basis, no matter what time of the day it was. You did show some signs of improvement by stating you were having some days that you were able to manage more than others, and that's really good. That's a step in the right direction. And there were things that you wanted to change, but change kind of scared you. Does that all seem correct to you? Okay. Is there anything that you would like to add to what I've said or summarized? And are there any new issues that may have arose since our last session? Okay. Well, I'm glad the summary was good and we went over everything, and I'm really glad nothing else has arose for you. It's hard to go forward if things keep pulling you backwards, so it's a good thing that those things have slowed down for you and you're just kind of dealing with the same things. Well, let's work on setting some goals for you. The first goal I would suggest is before going to bed at night, briefly think of what you need to do for the next day. This could give you some motivation that you need to get up the next morning and get out of bed and get going, get started, and not having you be so overwhelmed when you get up with all the things that you have to do today, because you've already spent time the night before kind of processing that and getting you ready for the next day. So when you get up in the morning, you're not just kind of bombarded with, I've got to go do this for the kids, and I've got to do this, and I've got to go to work. So setting some goals at night before you go to bed, just planning out your day to the best that you can. Of course, things may arise, but planning out that day the best you can give you a little more motivation to get up in the morning and not being so overwhelmed with that. And the next goal I suggest is to cut back or stop on the drinking. I know this can be difficult. It is a very difficult step to take when you've kind of used that alcohol to cope with your feelings. But you may see that with a more clear mind, that it helps you kind of feel better throughout the day. And there's some areas where, if you feel like this is really going to be a problem for you, there are some great support groups, some great Alcohol Anonymous groups that you can get involved in and kind of have that group feeling of people that are facing the same things that you are, to kind of help you get to that goal. I would love for you to stop altogether, but sometimes that's just not feasible. But I think going into a group may help you. So I would like you to work on that, to kind of get that under control for yourself. And the last goal is to focus and relax. Now that might sound general, but I would like during this time, maybe in the late evenings, maybe after you've done your goal setting for the next day, just taking some time to meditate or to pray, or even just going and taking a long hot bath to relax your body, relax your mind. And kind of look back and reflect on the day that you've had and what you've done and how, things have worked for you. And this is just some quiet time for yourself. We don't get that a lot as mothers. Just to be able to go and sit somewhere and quiet without anybody bothering us. But mapping out a time during the day to be able to do that may get you focused and relax you a little more. And again, you've already set your goals for the day, so you can kind of go over that in your mind and just sit back and relax and enjoy, even if it's 10 minutes, to be able to do that. Do these things seem like manageable goals for you? Okay. Yeah, I understand. Groups can be a little scary. And it might not be right for you right now, but it is something that you can think of. It's not something that you have to do, but it's something that you can think about going forward as you try to quit the drinking. I am very proud that you want to stop the drinking. Okay, well, let's start there with these 3 goals, if there's nothing else that you're concerned with there, and see how you do with them. And remember journaling. Journaling can keep you accountable for what you're doing and the goals that you've set, and it also allows you to express those feelings that you want to express daily. Sometimes we can't just yell out into the air, but we can write them down. So journaling would be a great way for you to be able to write those goals down for the next day, the things that you need to get done for the next day, and give you something to reflect back on. Okay? All right, that sounds good. Well, I look forward to our next session just to see how well you are doing with meeting your goals and how well you're being able to manage throughout those goals. So just try to enjoy the process of goal setting, and don't let it get you anxious. Just, do it the best you can, and I look forward to seeing you next session.